Hi guys, it's Megan with Vigilante Vibes, and today I want to do another character breakdown with the Fantastic Four First Steps coming in July, which really isn't that far away. We've seen so many complaints about the Silver Surfer being gender bent because we all know that Julia Gardner is going to play Silver Surfer. Well, have no fear, because Silver Surfer isn't gender bent. The Silver Surfer that people are referring to being gender bent is Norrin Radd, who is dope. Love his character. Today is the day you find out that there is more than one Silver Surfer in the comics, and I'm going to go into explaining who Shalla-Bal is and why it makes sense that she's the one to be in the Fantastic Four First Steps. Just a little warning, if you see me make a really weird face like I'm in pain, it's because I am in pain. I screwed my back up in the gym this morning, so yeah, couldn't even really change my shirt, to be honest with you, so you guys get to sit with me in my dirty gym shirt. So Shalla-Bal first appeared in Silver Surfer #1 as the immortal Empress of Zenn-La and the lover of Norin Radd, the Silver Surfer, who becomes the Herald of Galactus in exchange for his planet being spared, separating the lovers for eternity. In 1982 issue of What If number 37, we learned that Shalla-Bal became Starglow, a different Herald of Galactus, as a part of the alternate reality of the series Earth X by Alex Ross. Shalla-Bal became a Silver Surfer herself. In that universe, Norin Radd realizes that Galactus serves a necessary function in the universe. With that universe's Galactus dead, he allows the High Evolutionary to evolve Franklin Richards, son of Reed and Sue Richards, to become the second Galactus. This new Galactus gives the power cosmic to Shalla-Bal, allowing for twin Silver Surfers to roam the galaxy together, seeking planets to sustain the Devourer of Worlds. That is a very quick version, but I said I would explain who she is, so let's do just that, and let's start all the way at the beginning. Shalla-Bal lived on the peaceful, beautiful planet of Zenn-La, tucked away in the Denham system of the Milky Way. She first met Norin Radd during one of the hardest times of his life, right after he lost his mother. Following the traditions of her people, she reached out to comfort him. But Norin, overwhelmed with grief, responded very coldly. He wouldn't even say hello, just walked away, leaving Shalla-Bal feeling confused and hurt and just rejected, I guess. I mean, that must suck, trying to be kind, but also he's grieving, so. Still, something shifted in Norin that day, and he quietly fell in love with her. Later on, Norin shared a bold dream with his classmates. He wanted to explore the stars. Instead of encouragement, they laughed at him, calling his dream silly. The only one who believed in him was Shalla-Bal. She never doubted him and stood by his side, supporting his dreams no matter how far-fetched they seemed. Over time, their connection grew, and they eventually shared a secret first kiss in his parents' garden. Things really hit a breaking point when Galactus, the legendary Devourer of Worlds, showed up on Zenn-La, ready to destroy everything. To save his home, Norin Radd made the ultimate sacrifice. He offered to become Galactus' herald in exchange for the planet's safety. That deal turned him into the Silver Surfer, giving him the incredible cosmic powers, but also it meant leaving Shalla-Bal behind, possibly forever. Shalla-Bal was heartbroken. She truly believed she'd lost Norin for good, and in the pain of the goodbye weighed heavily on her. Just when things couldn't get any stranger, time itself started to unravel. The Grandmaster sent the Hulk to find the newly transformed Silver Surfer for one of his intergalactic contests. Right as Shalla-Bal was saying her last goodbye, the Hulk barged in, throwing everything into chaos. As if that wasn't enough, a magical battle between Doctor Strange and Baron Mordo broke out, literally in the skies above her home. Shalla-Bal could only watch in disbelief as the world she knew was torn apart by forces way beyond her control, all while she was still trying to process the loss of the person she loved the most. In Earth's year, our Earth, 1947, everything changed for Zenn-La. A mysterious and insanely powerful being known as the Other showed up and completely wiped out the planet. Every living thing, every building, gone. Shalla-Bal was there when it happened, and like the rest of her people, she died amidst the chaos and the screams. The attack was so sudden, so brutal, even Galactus and Silver Surfer were shook. After Zenn-La's total destruction, Galactus was thrown off balance. Without the Silver Surfer, his most trusted herald and the one who helped him find the planet to consume, he was in serious trouble. The loss of both a guide and food source forced Galactus to act. So, in a massive flex of cosmic power, he decided to do the impossible. Rebuild Zenn-La from scratch. And he didn't hold back. He brought everything back, down to the tiniest of atoms. The planet, its people, its culture, all of it was restored exactly how it had been. That included Shalla-Bal, the person the Silver Surfer had loved the most. But in bringing her back, Galactus also wiped the Surfer's memories, and the two continued on their endless mission, traveling through the stars to find worlds the Devourer could feed on. Eventually, Silver Surfer ended up exiled on Earth after going against Galactus. While he was stuck there, dealing with the pain of being separated from everything he knew, the demon, Mephisto, saw an opportunity to mess with him. Wanting to break the Surfer's spirit, Mephisto used Shalla-Bal as bait. He told her she could be reunited with Norrin Radd if she did exactly what he said. So she made the trip to Earth. But things didn't go smoothly, because why would they? Her ship got caught in the chaos caused by the Surfer's presence on Earth, and she was badly hurt. Norrin managed to save her, but before they could really reconnect, Mephisto swooped in and took her away. In Mephisto's dark realm, it wasn't just about revenge. He wanted to own the Silver Surfer's soul. But the Surfer stood his ground. He stood on business, refusing to give in to Mephisto's tricks and temptations. No matter what Mephisto threw at him, Norrin's inner strength held firm. Eventually, Mephisto had no choice but to let him go. Mephisto tried to play one last card, threatening to send Shalla-Bal back to Zenn-La, but both she and the Surfer realized it was the only way to stop Mephisto's plan from working. So she returned home, and the demon's scheme fell apart. Though his obsession with breaking the Surfer didn't end there. Later, Mephisto even created illusions of Shalla-Bal just to haunt the Surfer in his dreams. Trying to find Norin Radd, Shalla-Bal turned to Zenn-La's top scientist, Yarrow Gort, for help. He agreed to assist, but with a hidden agenda, because of course. He hoped to prove that the Silver Surfer was either dead or had moved on from Shalla-Bal. She didn't believe it, but made a deal. If Gort could prove it, she would marry him. Meanwhile, the Surfer was on Earth trying to better understand humanity. He found himself in a small South American town under military control. After rescuing a woman named Maria from the occupying forces, she kissed him out of gratitude right as Shalla-Bal and Yarrow arrived and saw the entire thing. The army, still shaken from their last run-in with the Surfer, panicked when they saw Shalla-Bal's ship approaching and shot it down. She and Yarrow crash-landed and were captured by a man named El Capitan. The Surfer, stumbling upon the wreckage, immediately recognized that the ship was from Zenn-La and had no idea who was inside it or why they were even there. While in captivity, Yarrow made a shady deal with El Capitan, offering advanced Zenn-Lavian tech in exchange for his life. Tempted by the idea of weapons strong enough to take down the Surfer, El Capitan brought Yarrow to the general. Tensions between the army and local rebels were already high, but Maria diffused the situation by revealing that the Surfer was working with the underground movement. Disillusioned by all of the violence and hatred he saw in humanity, the Surfer considered leaving Earth again, just leaving it all behind. Back at the military base, Yarrow showed off the alien tech just as the underground launched a surprise attack. In the middle of the chaos, Shalla-Bal threw herself in front of the surfer to protect him and was shot by El Capitan. Furious and heartbroken, the surfer unleashed his full power, no holding back, wiping out the attackers and ending the fight. Realizing Shalla-Bal's injuries were too severe for Earth's medicine, he fixed up the spaceship, sent her back to Zenn-La to get the care she needed, though it crushed him to see her go. Mephisto finally let the Silver Surfer pass through the galactic barrier and return to Zenn-La, but when he got there, he was hit by a brutal surprise. Shalla-Bal had been captured by Mephisto. Furious, the Surfer returned to Earth, where the two clashed in an intense battle that even caught the attention of Nick Fury. During the fight, Mephisto warned the Surfer that the more he resisted, the more Shalla-Bal will suffer. Back into a corner, the Surfer agreed to do what Mephisto wanted, just to keep her safe. His first twisted order: destroy S.H.I.E.L.D. Before going through with it, the Surfer tried everything he could to find out where Shalla-Bal was being held. But when all of his efforts hit a dead end, he reluctantly decided that maybe attacking S.H.I.E.L.D. was the only way to save her. During the assault, S.H.I.E.L.D. managed to hold him off, and that's when the Surfer realized the truth. Mephisto had tricked him. The whole thing was a setup to make him accidentally hurt Shalla-Bal. Enraged, the Surfer turned his full power against Mephisto, kicking off another massive battle. But in the middle of the chaos, Shalla-Bal disappeared. With no clue where she was or how to reach her, the Silver Surfer had no choice but to pull back, frustrated and heartbroken. After everything, Mephisto dropped Shalla-Bal off in Latveria, putting her under the care of Dr. Doom. He wiped her memory, changed her name to Helena, and twisted her loyalty so she'd follow Doom without question, which is so Doom. That's so on brand. Then Doom reached out to the Silver Surfer with a brutal ultimatum: destroy the Fantastic Four or lose any chance of seeing Shalla-Bal again. As much as it tore him up inside, the Surfer reluctantly went along with it, ready to do what Doom asked, which left the heroes totally blindsided and in serious danger. Instead of fighting them head on, the Surfer put the Fantastic Four in a trance and delivered them straight to Doom's doorstep. They eventually snapped out of it and managed to escape Doom's lair, taking down a bunch of Doom bots along the way, but that turned out to be part of Doom's bigger plan. He just needed time to steal the Surfer's power cosmic and use it to create a powerful android copy that could wipe them out completely. Doom pulled it off, transferring the Surfer's energy into brand new android Doomsman 2 and sent it straight into battle. While all this was going down, the Surfer tried to help Shalla-Bal remember who she was, who she really was, not Helena. She vaguely remembered the name Norrin Radd and had flashes of a simpler life before Doom twisted everything. Realizing what had been done to her, the Surfer rushed to help Fantastic Four take down the cosmic-powered Doomsman 2. With his help, they managed to defeat the android and stop Doom's plan. As the heroes left Doom's fortress, leaving Shalla-Bal behind, still caught in the aftermath, Mephisto watched from the shadows, still plotting. During all of the chaos, Galactus got back at the Silver Surfer for his defiance by wiping out Zenn-La's life force and ecosystem. But he gave the people a warning before he did it, so they were able to evacuate in time, sparing them from having their world become a lifeless wasteland. So there's that. After Mr. Fantastic freed him, the Surfer went back to Zenn-La only to find it destroyed. He also learned that Shalla-Bal had been taken by Mephisto. With a clearer mind, he set off for Latveria to rescue her, but chose to stay on Earth once again. Before Shalla-Bal returned to Zenn-La, the Surfer gave her a piece of his power cosmic, which allowed her to bring life back to the barren world. Back on Zenn-La, Shalla-Bal was crowned Empress, a role she took on reluctantly because of all the heavy responsibilities that came with it. When the Silver Surfer finally freed himself from Earth's hold, he tried to rekindle their relationship. But Shalla-Bal, weighed down by her duties, turned him down, which led to the Surfer to say their romance was over. Later, she was captured by the Elders, but the Surfer came to the rescue. As Empress, Shalla-Bal had an important meeting with Nenora, the Kree leader. Worried about Zenn-La's safety, she begged the Surfer to protect their world from a looming threat called the Obliterator. Teaming up with the Skrull Empress Sybil against the Kree, Shalla-Bal discovered through the Katodi that Nenora was actually a disguised Skrull. Though she was caught by Nenora's Kree forces, Shala was freed by the Katodi. With this information, she exposed Nenora's true identity to both Sybil and the Surfer, who helped her get back to Zenn-La. The Enslaver. We have to talk about the Enslaver, obviously. The Enslaver took over Zenn-La with an iron fist, forcing its people into oppression and servitude. Unfortunately, Shalla-Bal was among those captured, and she found herself trapped in Marangumu's harem. But their reign of terror hit a major roadblock when Marangumu's went back to Earth. Only to be stopped by Earth's heroes and the determined Silver Surfer. After the victory, the Surfer joyfully reunited with Shalla-Bal and brought her back to the safety and freedom of Zenn-La. Shalla-Bal crossed paths with a mysterious cosmic being. Shalla-Bal then crossed paths with a mysterious cosmic being called the Great One, who promised to protect Zenn-La by merging it into his mind. Tempted by the idea of lasting peace, Shalla-Bal agreed, and her world thrived inside the Great One's consciousness, free from all problems of the outside world. But the Silver Surfer, filled with the memories of his lost love and the peaceful Zenn-La he once knew, set out to find his home. With help from Moondragon and her mind gem, she entered the realm where Zenn-La now lived. When he reunited with Shalla-Bal, the Surfer vowed to protect their new sanctuary. However, things took a dark turn when the Great One saw the Surfer as a threat, leading to a massive battle that ended with the Great One's destruction, putting all of reality at risk. The Surfer and Moondragon joined forces to fix things and tried to bring back the peace the Great One had created, but in the middle of all the chaos, tragedy struck. Shalla-Bal's fate was uncertain, caught somewhere between life and oblivion. After the tragedy, people of Zenn-La were overwhelmed with grief and blame, and they turned on the Silver Surfer, casting him out into the emptiness of space. Consumed by guilt, the Surfer found an unexpected ally in Adam Warlock, who offered him a sliver of hope in the midst of his despair. Adam Warlock and Silver Surfer, I love those two together. If you ever get a chance, check out their friendship in the comics. It's like they're like frenemies. They're the bestest of friends, but they're like frenemies. I love them together. So, like I said, check them out. With the help of the Infinity Watch, they embarked on a dangerous mission to venture into hell itself, daring to challenge Mephisto, the Lord of the Underworld, in a desperate attempt to reclaim Shalla-Bal's soul and bring her back to life. Their mission succeeded, which is awesome, and the Surfer was able to bring back his beloved back home. Afterward, Shalla-Bal entered a relationship with Norrin Radd, Norrin's half-brother, which is scandalous. She later told Norrin that while she appreciated his heroic actions, she longed for a partner who could be there to share in the everyday moments with her, which is fair. Norrin, who believed the people of Zenn-La were growing complacent, saw an opportunity to bring change. With Shalla-Bal's help, he planned to make sweeping transformations to their once great civilization. At some point, Shalla-Bal became Zenn-La's keeper of the great truth and set out to spread her planet's perfect culture across the universe using the powerful Illuminatrix. She even used it to rewrite the Thing's mind and turn him into her herald. When she turned her sights onto Earth, Silver Surfer stood in her way, refusing to join her. She managed to control some of Earth's heroes and had them fight the Surfer, but as the battle raged on, Norrin realized he had less and less time to undo the changes the Illuminatrix had made. In the end, the Surfer used all of his power cosmic to destroy the Illuminatrix, but that action erased all of Zenn-La's culture from the universe, along with the planet itself. Angry over the destruction of her home and its culture, Shalla-Bal, leading the Zenn-Lavian armada, targeted the Surfer while he was recovering in a hospital after a sacrifice. A group of heroes stepped in to stop her, but Shalla-Bal still managed to reach the Surfer. When she confronted him, she gave him the ultimate punishment, stripping him of his Zenn-Lavian identity. After sentencing him, Shalla-Bal and her armada left Earth. So that is Shalla-Bal. That's who Julia Gardner will be playing in the Fantastic Four First Steps. That is her whole history. Also, the relationship history between her and Norin Radd. And as short-lived as her time in the comics were, where she was actually a Silver Surfer, it still happened. It's still canon. So let's stop the gender bending. It's woke. It's whatever. That's not the issue here. So it's canon. With Franklin Richards being the one that changed her into the Silver Surfer, it makes sense why she's in this movie, because Sue Storm is confirmed to be pregnant. Probably with Franklin Richards. If they're going comic accurate here. So what if they're in a different reality and she visits from a different reality where Franklin is the one that changed her? And also, us having Shalla-Bal does not mean we're never going to get Norin Radd. Chances are this is the only movie we're going to see her in. So, let's wait for July for us to trash the movie because of this. That's all I'm asking. So, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen in the Fantastic Four First Steps. Keep an eye out for more character breakdowns because I really dig doing this. And have a marvelous day.